Miami credit, it's a good football team. We got a lot of good football players. I think they're well coached, and they clearly beat us. And, from our perspective, we did too many things to hurt ourselves, and we've got to own that. And proud of there was still some proud of the way the guys fought and did some things, but we got to. If you're going to beat a good team like that, we can't hurt ourselves like we did. And but they're a good team. I don't want to minimize that and give them credit.
Was the effort throughout the game the same as it's been all season?
Yeah, I mean, I think there was some, I think the things that stick out in my mind that causes some trouble. I mean, the first play, it's a pretty good return, and we fumble it. It was a lack of effort type thing. With the first touchdown pass, it was a busted coverage. I didn't see, and you hope you're noticing it. If you see anybody that's not giving effort, you can't tolerate that, you take them out, But I thought it was just, we didn't play smart, certainly the penalty, we've got to stop, and then, the penalty, that was big, and they got points out of that. But I think it's more execution and the mental errors on a couple things than it was poor effort.
What were the receivers doing to give you guys problems?
I mean, there was a couple, I thought we were giving them, especially second half now, we were, they got us on the action, the play actions. Certainly I think they're good receivers, and our guys, respect their speed, but you got to be careful of respecting it too much, and we still got to challenge them. And I think Moore's a good quarterback, but I don't think they did anything different, Sam, than they hadn't done on film or anything. It wasn't like anything that was surprising, No, we thought a lot of them going in certainly, but I didn't see anything different.
When you talk about coverage issues or biting on play action, or even some of the things throughout the season on both sides of the ball, are there still issues with discipline on the field and maybe even focus?
I think it's trust. Trusting yourself, not second guessing yourself, probably more than, and I don't know if that's semantics or not. That absolutely, disciplined eyes, and if you don't have your eyes there, it's a discipline. But I think it's trusting yourself. If I had one word, it's trusting yourself and believing in it. And I think we got to get better in that area than turning it loose. But I think it's trust more than it is, lack of discipline. But I don't know if that's semantics or not.
Is it something that's really disappointing, not having that trust after 12 games, or in 12 games?
I think it's something that you grow with, and each guy's different, and where you're at in your maturity as a player. I think the games can add to it, that you do it, because you got to do it in games, and they're doing it, some of the, things that come up, guys are doing practice, otherwise you wouldn't put them in that situation. But then it's trusting yourself and not making the moment maybe bigger than it is. So I think it's at least right now I'm going to stay with it as part of the growth process. And there's a couple guys that stick in my mind on that, and that's where I'm going with it. I think you're always, at least I hope we're always continuing to grow. Whether it's game one of their freshman year through, last game of their senior year.
When you fall down 14-0 after the fumble and then also the 9-yard punt, that maybe present some challenges to your guys in terms of trusting themselves?
Well, I mean, that's the game, and you got to there's never a game where it's gonna go all your way, you know, and there's still a lot of game left, and you gotta learn, and we gotta help make sure these guys, I mean, you just keep playing, and, that's what happened, we put ourselves in that, you gotta keep playing, you know, and, you know, certainly gave up too many big plays. You know, I thought the drops hurt us early in the game. You know, there's enough things that we've gotta own and correct if you're gonna be a good team.
Not having Devin limited in terms of, you guys taking shots downfield all day?
Yeah, I mean, I think Devin, he's a heck of a player, you know, so you're gonna be a different team with him, and yet, you know, appreciate what the guys did, and you know, I thought we still had some opportunities, we didn't cash in on a couple of them down the field, but, you know, absolutely, I think we're better offense with Devin, you know, and, you know, I thought we did some good things, but, you know, I thought we did, you know, guys ran hard, and I thought front played pretty well, did a pretty good job protecting, but we just didn't, you know, in the end, we didn't make enough plays.
You talked about the growth process a minute ago. I know it's difficult right after a game to take kind of a big picture view, but has there been enough growth this year? I mean, how would you kind of assess the growth of players individually and as a team made this year?
Yeah, I mean, there has been, and you're right, I'm not gonna try to assess the whole year after, you know, whatever, how many minutes it is after the game. And we're gonna continue to keep going, you know, and I really don't even, you know, have to share what I think about, you know, the growth of our guys, but I do like a lot of it and appreciate what they're doing.
What kind of final questions before we get to our
You
players?
talked about Tyler Boyd breaking the record for receptions as a freshman, and what he did for your team this year.
I didn't know that. I mean, obviously, you know, we were excited and thought a lot of them. I don't think you ever quite know how good someone is until you're with them. And appreciate the way that he goes about it and approaches it, and yet I truly am excited because I know he can be a lot better, and that's pretty good. But he means a ton to this team. You know, a lot of these guys do, you know, and you know, he's fun to be around.
Coach, thank you very much.